friends. Happy holidays. Whatever holiday you celebrate, covering all of them.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Talk and Shoot podcast. This is Chef Vic Vegas and Donnie Fobbs.
What's happening?
We are rolling hard here. You know, we've been doing this a few months and we're finding our niche.
Yes, we are. I mean, especially me. I'm the new guy here. I'm learning as I go.
New for me too.
Well, yeah,
Podcast.
but you have
Oh, you bet.
yeah, you've been around already. You've been around. He's been here before. And so I'm learning from this guy. But this has been a great experience, and it's all because of you guys. I love interacting with you and talking to you online on IG and whatnot. So I got to thank you so much for the love you guys have shown in the time we've been doing this, which ain't been long. So
And we've come out of nowhere, you know, we're known for what it is we do out there, but to do this, it's bringing so many people together and creating such a community.
Yeah.
And most of the people on one side know each other. Some of them don't. So bringing everyone together is amazing. And speaking of bringing everyone together, I was at an event the other night and, you know, every now and then I'll go for a nice spirit, and I had me some Loca Loca, brother. I actually had it.
yeah.
It was at the event being served, and it was quite delicious. So I want to give some love to Loca Loca.
Absolutely. Loca Loca is a delicious tequila. I mean, smooth, so good. Had it at the Halloween party, and it was amazing. I mean, it's good in a mixed drink. It's good, I mean, to cook with. He actually cooked with it. Or it's good for a night by the fire with your favorite Harlequin book on your bearskin rug on those nights. Or maybe it's just me.
Sounds like a code word to me for something else. You know what I'm saying? Harlequin, the way he said that.
Yes.
Something else is going on. But anyways, much love to Loca Loca.
Put a little crazy in your spirits.
Real Vegas Magazine, RVM, realvegasmagazine.com.
Yes.
This magazine is kicking butt, and not only are they kicking butt, and are the magazine for the people of Las Vegas, the professionals, and now the food and beverage industry. They've been so supportive to the Talk and Shoot podcast. And we just want to let you know, if you ever need any type of advertising and you want to get your business out there, you know, get a hold of Candace, RVM Magazine, realvegasmagazine.com. Cool little cover.
And not to mention the cover man. I think we know who this is. You know, I mean, I
love my brother.
bet he is the cover guy. And I even make an appearance. Who knew?
You know what I'm saying? And we have a great article in there. And like I said, Real Vegas Magazine, we wanted to start this off by giving them a shout out.
Yeah.
And, you know, before we kick things off, Real Vegas Magazine.
Thank you for everything. Sunrise Media Network. I mean, these guys.
On the backside of Real Vegas Magazine. See how I'm bringing everyone together? Sunrise
Full
Media
circle.
Network, the place we are at right now, where we broadcast this great podcast, the Talk and Shoot podcast, to you amazing people that give us your time.
The most amazing staff. These guys are super talented. If you want top-notch work on social media, their digital print is amazing. They have their hands in just about everything media.
Yeah.
I mean, so one-stop shop for all of it.
And heck of a podcast studio, I must say. We thank them always and have to remind everyone that we have Studio C as the residence, but there are other studios that can be booked here for you to do your podcast and take your best thoughts on your time off or in your most intense times and put it to digital and let the people out there see what you're doing. Sunrise Media Network.
Number one in the business.
I think so. I'm going to have to say yes to that.
Yes.
Okay. Talk and Shoot podcast, special guest in the house. Somebody who I am getting to know so well, and, you know, I thought I was a character. That's an understatement when we introduce who is here with us today.
And today we got, this man is a musician, a whiskey entrepreneur, and the owner of the Pioneer Saloon.
There's a beer in there, too.
And there's a beer in there, too. Mr. Steven Stott.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, man.
AKA Old Man Liver.
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me.
dude.
First question has to be, before anything else, Old Man Liver, how did you come up with it? Let me know.
All right. So this is a thing a lot of people don't know because they just assume because the whiskey's called Old Man Liver Whiskey, that's where the name comes from. But in actuality, I'm a guitar player and I've been in the music industry for decades. And so when I was in Los Angeles, I had a band. I still have a band called Early Dawn, and it's original music.
Early Dawn.
Early Dawn.
We used to, have some pretty decent record contracts, and we would tour and all this stuff. So when I turned like 30, people were like, "Oh, you still going to do this pop rock stuff in your 30s?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not fucking dead, man. Like, what are you talking about? Like that's you have the whole ageism shit in Hollywood."
Yeah.
And so. So I was like, screw, kind of as a screw you to the record industry, I'm like, I'm going to start a side project called Old Man Liver. And it's going to be just bantering and goofing off and, saying whatever I want to say on stage and then making up tunes on the spot and just being funny.
Yeah.
And then playing some cover tunes and all that. And we did some shows at the Whiskey Go-Go and Roxy Theater and Viper Room and Troubadour and all these high profile venues in LA. And it went over really well.
Right.
And so it started picking up and people just, the name of the band was Old Man Liver, but it was kind of like Alice Cooper where people just started calling me Old Man Liver and I got used to it. So at the age of 32, I started being called Old Man Liver. But more recently, the brand's expanded and now it's a beer, it's a book, it's music, it's hot sauce, it's beef jerky, it's greeting cards, it's all this other stuff. And people, "Oh, you're like an overnight success." I'm like, "Yeah, as of like 23 years overnight." Like
Right.
Yeah, it may look overnight, but no, this thing.
I've been here for a while.
Yeah, sometimes it hits at different points, and we're on a stride, so we're gonna keep on rolling. So
That's amazing.
Thank you for having me in the studio
you
today.
for
This is
taking the
already
time.
fun. I don't feel like I'm as close to you. I can't play the touchy-feely game like you guys can play under the table. That's the only thing I'm missing over here. I gotta touch myself. Okay, yeah. Virtual touchy-feely game.
But we will talk about how in the middle of the desert, we were very close together.
Yes, that's
for
right.
a couple hours.
Yes.
I know, right? Sounds like a very
We could have
interesting
gotten
story.
pregnant there because there was several of us behind the small table. And thank you for doing that. And what he's talking about is this culinary gauntlet cooking challenge
We're
that
gonna
we
touch on this.
we added to this big celebration that we had last weekend.
we're gonna
I'm just
discuss
now
this.
getting my voice back from it. So it's
Very
like,
gauntlet.
yeah, crazy.
I'm so excited to bring this up. You were watching.
Yeah.
Everybody was watching this. But first, I want to talk about the baby, the gem, Pioneer Saloon.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's the oldest bar in all of the Las Vegas area in southern
Right.
Nevada. So already it's a historical landmark. So it's kind of nice because no one can just open up a bar across the street and say they're the oldest bar in
Right.
the
On the way
county.
to
yeah.
LA
Right. Yeah. And it's
before
it's
Good
kind of
Springs.
it's about 20 minutes south of Las Vegas on the way to Los Angeles. And it's off the beaten path, so nobody kind of stumbles on it on like at work or something.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go there for lunch. It's one of these things that you got to know is out there. So we have our work cut out for us from a marketing perspective because you got it. No one just stumbles on it, but it's cool because it's we've been in business for 112 years,
Right.
And some people know us as a biker bar. Some people know us as a family place because we're all ages. Some
Right.
people know us as a haunted spot because we've got
was gonna ask
tons
about
of
that too.
Yeah,
Historical stories. though.
and then the
Yes.
Nevada, we're a Nevada historical
Famous people
landmark.
crashing planes,
Yeah,
stay in there.
Clark Gable and Carol Humbard. We have a history with that.
Yeah.
And then now our more recent history, people know us from a video game called Fallout New Vegas, where we're actually in the game.
Amazing game.
So, I would never tell someone to market to a lot of different niches,
Right.
but in our case, we try to make everybody happy that because it's their cheers, but from a lot of different angles in life. And so, to me, that's part of the cool thing because it's just a mix, and everyone gets along, and you can just walk through on a Saturday and go, okay, there's a biker, there's a businessman, there's a kid playing,
Right.
there's so and so, like every walk of life. And it's one of these magical properties too that has an energy to it. And if you get it, it's like
Yeah.
you get it and you want to keep coming back. And then we always have people like that run into each other. The other day we had these two people from New Jersey, the small town in New Jersey, that hadn't seen each other in 25 years, and they ran into each other in the small town of Good Springs, Nevada, at the Pioneer Saloon, and that kind of thing happens all the time. So it's freaking cool. I've loved the Pioneer for years, and then when I acquired it, Some say there was a poker game involved. I can't confirm or deny that.
Okay.
But I will say,
Yeah, old man liver.
there was, I will say there was some alcohol involved in the transaction, but not enough to not merit the contract being legitimate. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Okay. okay.
Quite legendary. To
Making my attorneys and publicists happy right now. But so it is. I've always loved the property, and then when I acquired the saloon, I fell in love with the town. So I've got a house down the street, 4 minutes stumbling distance from the saloon. So if I partake a little bit too much in my own bar, I can just walk home. And but it's beautiful up there. It's 3,700 foot elevation, and you can grow stuff up there you can't grow in the Las Vegas Valley.
Right.
And we got chickens, and only in Good Springs would you buy a house that has a mine shaft on it.
Right.
So we literally, it used to be a mining town, and so there's miles of tunnels all underneath the town. And even the dude that sold me the house swears that at one point it connected to the Pioneer Saloon, which anyone that has seen the Ghost Adventures episode of us, they actually toured the tavern underneath. So it wouldn't surprise me if it did connect at some point, because we had to survive Prohibition some way too. So we've been through 2 world wars, 2 global pandemics now, and then Great Recession, Great Depression, you name it, and we're just getting ready for another 100 years.
I have to say something.
Yeah, please.
So yes, he says it's somewhere, far away that you
Good
can just
Springs.
go to.
Yeah.
But the people go, man. Like he has such a good culture in there as far as the food program, the beverage program, the entertainment. Like people are going there more for lunch, now because it's becoming such a legendary place. And he brought food with him for this wonderful episode.
Right, of course.
All the way from Pioneer Saloon.
It is the Talking Chew.
Thank you. Yeah. So the first one I wanted to, show y'all is the Ghost Burger, which is our most famous dish.
Okay.
So this has been on the Food Network, and it's a quarter pound Angus beef. And here's our ghost sauce on the side for you there.
Thank you.
But lettuce, tomato, onions. And the key thing here is the ghost sauce, because that is a trademarked entity. So is the Ghost Burger. And no one actually knows the whole recipe to it. It's like we have a producer of the chili paste,
In-house.
the actual ghost chili paste, out of the house that we acquire. And then another group handles the next stage, and then another person, the third stage. So no one knows, including me, all 3 stages of the process of making the ghost chili sauce. So you cannot duplicate it. There is no recipe written down anywhere to reproduce this ghost sauce.
Like a heck of a sauce.
And that's what we're most famous for. And the cool thing is we really use ghost chilies.
Right.
And it references the haunted background for us with tie-in with the ghost and all that. So
And it's branded.
yeah. So
It is a brand.
got to brand everything, right? Literally brand it.
Yes.
And I look at the bacon and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we use a jalapeno bacon that adds that extra little spice,
little
and it can't be duplicated. And so it's for people that like a little kick. It's not kick to the point of like destroying your colon kick, but it's got that enough to where you got some flavor out of it. And I'm from Louisiana.
Yes.
And Louisiana it's not about painful, hurting your mouth.
But
it's about
flavor.
flavor. Right, exactly. People have that misconception about Louisiana food. So we try to mimic that here. And I feel like we successfully have done that. But this is a legendary burger that we've had for several years, and we'll continue that forever.
Yeah. And just for reference, the Pioneer Saloon has been in movies. Miss Congeniality 2.
Yeah.
And one of my most trippy movies, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a mind trip. Gotta see it.
Yeah, and even Cheech and Chong's Things Are Tough All Over.
Yes.
And then we did more recently a Matt Rife movie called Don't Suck.
Yeah.
And so I hung out with Matt Rife for a good portion of the evening. And thanks. And thanks for flexing while you do that. That adds a little extra promo shots for us. So thank you. In fact, if you could do that nude, maybe just take off your clothes and then
Please
eat it.
don't.
I'll get that way I can get the shot.
Yep. Please,
Charge.
It's good, right?
please
I
don't.
gotta charge for
Oh, you got to charge.
I gotta charge for the news.
Darn it, that's what every guy tells me. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
That's good. It's okay.
that is a good burger.
Delicious. Sauce is amazing.
Yeah,
I can understand the process and why it's such a special sauce.
yeah, that's fun.
And the spice isn't hard.
No,
At all.
It's not painful, but it's got that flavorful kick that you
Yeah,
want.
Thanks for bringing it on the side because, like, I'm dipping it in and I'm tasting the sauce in real time on your delicious burger.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Right.
Where when you go in the restaurant, sure, I want it
Loaded,
yeah,
coated.
it's slaughtered in there.
He
You know, and it's,
traveled and he was, kind enough to do this for us, man. Thank you, brother.
no, thank you. And
amazing.
yeah, you know, if you're eating at the saloon, it's pouring down your arm. It's that kind of vibe.
yeah.
So, but thank you. And then the next one, of course, I got to have my own signature burger,
Yeah,
which is
okay.
the Old Man Liver burger.
Ah,
and we have to
okay.
explain to people like it's not actually made with liver. It's also, but in this case, 2 Angus beef patties. And then in this case, we have fried onions. We've got a whiskey barbecue sauce, of course, Old Man Liver
okay.
whiskey. We've got a bacon onion jam sauce, which people love. And then once again, the ghost chili sauce. So you can check that out.
I noticed there was a couple seasonings with you on them.
Yeah. So we do.
Oh yeah, tell us about
We
that.
call it the Old Man Liver Red Menace seasoning, and it's a premium spice, and it's a mixture of several different herbs and spices, and it was actually created for the Old Man Liver Red Menace drink, which is actually a Bloody Mary, but made with my
Red
whiskey.
Menace.
Yeah. So in this case, now it's kind of trendy and those fried onions are you look at this thing, it's ridiculous.
The money
Because
shot.
I was like,
Here.
Ladies
I was
and
like, if we're
gentlemen,
gonna do a fucking Old Man Liver burger, it's got to have everything on it, all the good shit.
look
thing
at
is stacked.
this.
Just the bacon onion jam alone,
yeah.
will
But
kick.
I mean, the bacon. So
So that's jalapeno bacon as well.
there's bacon on both layers.
Oh yeah, we do double bacon, double cheddar cheese on that.
Double bacon. That's
That's
quadruple.
crazy.
Yeah, so we, because I was like, it's a bacon burger basically.
Yeah.
I was like, throw as much bacon as will fit on
He
the
was
freaking
not
thing.
playing when he
because
put
that's
this
when
together.
someone wants to come out and just have some comfort food.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just going, okay, this is
Boom.
I'm going to enjoy myself. But with the sausage, the cool thing is the kitchen staff, they don't like doing anything store bought. They want
Right.
everything
Fresh.
made in house, fresh. They don't even our ranch dressing is made in house. Like
Wow.
we don't like using other people's stuff. We like making it fresh. We have our fresh ground beef that. And going back to your question about the seasoning mix, we put the Red Menace seasoning mix into our mix of meats. We use it as our barbecue rub. We sprinkle on our potato salad. But it all came from this drink that we designed the seasoning for. My old lady, Mama Tess.
Yeah.
She creates this. She's like, it can't be a normal seasoning that for our Bloody Mary, because that's celery salt and that goes with vodka. We need something that goes with whiskey. So she created around the whiskey profile. But then our publicist and photographer on it started taking it home.
Yeah.
And they start making turkeys with it, putting on pasta, seafood on it. And I was like, man, I think we got another like Lowry's or Tony Chachere's type thing on her. So now we sell it individually and it sells really well. So people put on fish.
Steven, what's this delicious burger blend? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, thanks. It's like the perfect mix with the Angus beef, the jalapeno bacon, the cheddar cheese, with the bacon onion jam, the fried onions, and the ghost chili, and the whiskey barbecue sauce. So it's like a magical mix of, and that's become now one of our most, obviously we didn't have it before I took over, but now it's one of our most popular.
This is a Frankenstein of burgers, people. Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of good feedback on that one. So yeah, thank you. Thanks for trying it.
Yes. Thank you for bringing
Yeah,
it.
I hope you're hungry.
Goodness, man.
So then the final one I just wanted to show y'all because it is something a little different. You know, a lot of restaurants will have deviled eggs and that kind of thing. But of course, we've got to be a little different. Once again, tying in the ghost sauce. We
Right.
call these ghosted deviled eggs. And you've already got the ghost sauce for them that goes on them. But then once again, we've got the jalapeno bacon in addition to a normal deviled egg. So if you want something with a little kick, we've got a version of a deviled egg that you're going to enjoy.
Wow.
Nice
You
and
gotta show
colorful.
that to the camera.
Nice and cold. Look at this.
You know how people have deviled egg parties? This would be a dangerous contender to take the win. You can see everything, and I hope you can through the camera on the way that that is perfectly layered.
All right. The spice on this thing is perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm stuck on the burger, man.
Man.
Yeah,
I still haven't put it.
No, thanks.
I'm gonna
Enjoy.
get one of those eggs in a minute, but
Yeah.
brother,
I'm still.
Thank you.
I'm still on this. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And I tell you, the trippy thing is Pioneer Saloon was not originally designed to be a restaurant.
Okay.
So it was just a bar back in 1913. Now, the cool thing is, if you went in there, it would look exactly the same as it did in 1913. The walls, the pressed tin walls and ceiling are the exact as you would have seen back then. We haven't changed a thing and never would. But that's why we're a Nevada historical landmark.
Right.
But the kitchen, we had to step up because it wasn't designed to have. So we actually built a new kitchen after I took over.
I saw you.
So I just saying, I had to. We have never had French fries. We were the only burger joint in the world without French fries for a
Really?
century. And when I came in, that was one of my mission is to bring in
And
French
no fries?
No fries.
There's no fryer, no trap.
No, because we had nothing. We had no capacity to be under current regulations by the county to offer fried foods.
Okay.
Now, in one way, it made us be creative because we were like, we can't do traditional chicken wings. So what can we do? Oh, how about we smoke giant drumsticks and smoke them with red minute seasoning and all this stuff, and people love them, and so they get something different out there. That so in a way, it made us be really creative and cool. But ultimately, I'm like, I want to freaking serve fries when I want to serve fries,
Right?
And you can, and so we made that happen and got the fryers and a whole new kitchen approved over the last few months. So we built a new bathroom building that has. Well, that's ADA compliant, so people with wheelchairs can be more comfortable.
right.
And we have a lot of disabled veterans that come out and just people that need wheelchair accessibility.
is
So
awesome, brother.
we spent a lot of time building those and the new kitchen, and so now I'm happy with where it's taken a little bit, but
So I was going to ask. I know you wanted to preserve the greatness of the Pioneer Saloon, but obviously you want to throw your own little flair.
yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
and every owner has done that. So really, the key thing is you leave the saloon alone,
Right.
But you make the rest of the property more comfortable for people,
Right.
And each owner in the last 112 years has done that, and so people don't like change, of course, but
Right,
they
right.
do like it when all of a sudden you can have food that they couldn't that you couldn't have before, and you've got a bathroom if you need a women in particular that don't want to wait in line for a bathroom from the early 1900s now have another choice of where they can go pee. And,
Right.
a dude that needs a little privacy to take a crunch
Yeah.
now is a spot that they
Yeah.
can go and enjoy themselves.
Let me ask you a question, Steve.
Uh-oh.
No, this
Yeah,
is
I'm single. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just assuming
Ladies,
what
it's
that
okay.
question was going
I
to be.
know you're still
Ladies.
stage enough to fall out.
Ladies, you single?
Just saying.
What the question of the day is, what is the difference between this being a business and it being what you actually love to do? Because sometimes when I'm with you, I wonder when you're running business because you're so into the enjoying part of it. Please.
Thank you. Actually, that's a really cool question that I don't think anyone has ever really asked that way. That's badass. See, you guys are amazing. So I'm a small business, like serial entrepreneur. So I've got, everything from I have a record company in LA that specializes in TV and film soundtracks. I've got a septic and concrete business, a whole kind of variety. It's probably a diagnosable issue. I don't know. But I'm in a lot of different fields. Maybe it's, some attention deficit disorder or something like that. But I've sold 2 businesses in my life, and I had no emotional attachment, and it was fine, and it was a great experience. The Pioneer Saloon, I would have a problem selling because I've become emotionally attached to it,
Invested, yeah.
and I've had to admit that. And it's a passion project, which it has to be, because in reality, it's a 112-year-old fixer-upper.
Right.
And there are daily issues, in addition to the drama that we all know happens in a kitchen anyway.
Right.
You have, 112, it's a bizarre property that wouldn't exist in the current day and age. It's across the street from an elementary school, which wouldn't even be allowed in the current.
Right.
So it's a unique, magical property that if you get, like I said, it grabbed me. And I'm not a big fate guy,
Yeah.
but it was weird because when I was told that it was available for sale, I'm like, you know what, I'll put my name in the hat because, of course, my whole lady goes, oh, Old Man Liver, after Old Man Liver needs a whiskey, Old Man Liver needs a bar. Okay. But it was interesting because so many other like big corporations were vying for it. There were groups that were pooling their money, investment groups, all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm never going to get it. And there were like 4 people ahead of me in the process offering more money and all this stuff. But magically, all the other offers fell through. And I started dreaming about it. And I would wake up at night and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I have to have the Pioneer Saloon. I don't know why. And I felt like it picked me. And I've never had an experience like that before in my life. And now I have to admit I'm emotionally attached. Plus, it's everything that I love, which is eating, drinking, and live music.
Okay.
So
yeah.
my band can go up and play anytime. Bands that play will have me come up and play guitar for a few songs on any given weekend.
Awesome.
I get to eat and try new things. I'm a great taste tester for the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And for the bar as well. So so it's everything I love all in one
I needed to ask him
shot.
because in getting to know him, that's what he radiates, and that's what I see.
Yeah.
I see a man who has to handle all his business, but then makes the greatest fun out of it, where he creates his own book.
Right.
Thanks, man. That's really deep. I never really thought about it. I thought it was
you, bro.
thought it was about just getting drunk.
Well, yeah.
Definitely.
Well, just meeting you for a little while ago, I was just saying.
Can I hire you as a publicist?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
He has such an eclectic spirit about him.
It's fun, and it's cool for me because I really can. He was talking about the different events that we have there. Like even coming from Louisiana, I was like, man, there's no real place for Mardi Gras out here. So we started this Mojave Mardi Gras event, and I started flying in fresh crawfish from New Orleans and offering authentic Pat O'Brien's Hurricanes and my mom's red beans and rice recipe and gumbo and crawfish etouffee and all this. Yeah, it's magical. And then we've done it now 4 or 5 years. And the last year we added a parade to it, which everyone got into. And it was just like, I felt like I was back in Louisiana. People were lining the streets of Good Springs, throwing, the floats were throwing beads. Now it's our style of float.
Yeah.
So it's like, motorcycle clubs and giant, trucks and all this kind of, crazy stuff. But it's our style of a Mardi Gras parade, but it was cool. People got into it. So, and then now we have the Nevada Blues Festival, which you started out there. And then in LA, I started Breast Fest, a breast cancer benefit concert.
Wow.
And we're going on 26 years and we moved it from LA to Good Springs.
That's beautiful.
So it's fun. And some of these events bring people out for the first time. Oh, yeah. And they go, man, I've been out here in Vegas for 27 years, but I never knew this was out here and it's not that far.
Right.
And so then people become regulars. So some of these events get people an excuse to come out for the first time.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of events.
Yeah, so tons of them all the time, from Halloween events, because the haunted stuff we have going on, to celebrating the the fans of this video game, Fallout New Vegas.
We're gonna touch on that in a minute.
And so and that's fun for me too, because I like throwing parties. So
I was just thinking, from Louisiana to California to Vegas, what did you take from each place that brought you to this point here?
yeah, God, see, you guys are good. This is.
You're in
Y'all are
our house,
like professionals. Yeah.
You're in our house.
I'm not used to hanging around professionals. I got to adjust and, anyway. So like Louisiana, of course, is a part of my soul, especially New Orleans. Like that town is just crazy, 24 hours of madness. And once again, food, drinks, and music. It's my love. And then just growing up eating the Cajun and Creole food out there, I have a real special affinity for that stuff. And
Right.
and then, but I never pictured staying there. It was a great place to grow up, but I always pictured moving west. And I first moved to Texas, and I was like, yeah, I need LA is, if you're going into music and business, especially at the time, LA was the place to do it.
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to go out there and make things happen. So at age 19, I moved to LA, no money, nothing. It was a great weight loss program because I lost like 30 pounds in 3 months because I didn't have any money. So that was good.
The starvation
But
diet.
yeah, and
Well,
I did.
everyone always shares their diet tactics on this.
Yeah, so there you go.
podcast.
So like,
Stevens.
yeah,
Right.
if you want to lose weight, just don't have any
Starve.
money. But it was
do that.
cool because I had never been to LA, never been to California, didn't know one person when I moved, like dedicated my life there. But
Right.
when I did, I was like, this is my spot. This is where I was going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And I loved LA. It was great, and especially fun, when you're single and
Yeah.
living on the beach. And I lived right on at Venice, and I had a tiny apartment like the size of this little corner, and but I walked out every morning onto the beach, and that was magical. And I loved, and that's where I really felt like I made my career in music and business and all that stuff. And then Vegas was just a next step for me because I've always connected with Las Vegas. Probably because like New Orleans is 24 hours.
Yeah.
Food, drinks, fun. Like the best flight you can get is a Southwest flight, direct flight from Vegas to New Orleans, going either way because everyone's excited to go and party.
Yeah.
And that's the real life that people, and that's if anybody gets the vibe from Old Man Liver, if I want to project, it's like you don't have to go back from that party atmosphere that because everyone goes to Mardi Gras and then it's almost like a hangover when they have to go back to normal life.
Right.
And I was like, the most conservative chicks will be out there.
Yeah.
So go crazy. And like, that's how people really want to be.
Right.
And then the next day they're back in their 9 to 5 wearing their suit and doing it. It's like, that's not what that person wants to do. They want to go crazy and have fun.
Right.
And so I want to project that when you come out to the Pioneer Saloon, I want that to be an escape from real life and that you can come enjoy anytime.
Yes.
Okay, so Pioneer Saloon is like the movie.
Right.
But now, in addition to the movie, you're going to have your like shows that come out of the movie. I will explain. Old Man Liver, if I may say, is creating Old Man Liver bar concepts.
Okay.
It is like the family to Pioneer Saloon, but Old Man Liver style. Touch on that, bro.
Yeah,
'cause
please.
that is
Thanks.
way
Yes,
cool.
Please.
Yeah, so another cool freaking question. That's awesome. So Pioneer, like we've actually had franchisee conventions out at the Pioneer Saloon, and people go, hey, you could franchise this place and make a lot of money and it'd be huge. And I'm like, you can't franchise the Pioneer Saloon. There's only one of
There's only
them.
one.
And I don't want to become like, kind of like Hard Rock and Planet Hollywood where every town had one eventually, I'm like, there's only one Pioneer.
that.
You cannot duplicate it. And so we've never, visited that at all. It's always like, but now an Old Man Liver thirst parlor or an Old Man Liver beach hut or an Old Man Liver neighborhood bar, that we can do a lot with.
Yeah.
And we can have very adult themed bars and restaurants,
Nice.
or, we can change the vibe depending on where it's at.
Right.
So we're now starting to do, we're testing pop-up bars
Okay.
around town.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, because there's other bars and restaurants that carry my whiskey besides the Pioneer Saloon.
Right.
So we always go try to promote them as well. And we're all in the same boat. We all want to partner and help each other.
Right.
And so, but ultimately now that's the goal is the Old Man Liver is a very franchisable situation. And I've seen it successfully done. A friend of mine from high school, Todd Graves, started that concept with a chicken strip place called Raisin Cane's.
Oh, wow.
And he named it after his dog Kane.
Yeah.
And he was able to expand quickly by doing franchises. Now, from my understanding, he owns everything, all of the restaurants back.
Yeah.
And so he's doing quite well.
say so. Good stuff.
Kindly enough, he still supports our breast cancer benefit Breast Fest every year.
That's
as he
important.
always has way before. Raisin Cane's was
Yeah.
hugely successful.
To know.
But it shows that you can, because restaurants are considered, some of the worst investments you can ever make. Right. I think technically the only worst investment is like an independent film So I'll probably do that next. But Todd's proven that you can make a cool concept. And it was funny, back in the day, he would complain because no banks would give him any loans to start his first Raising Cane's. Because they're like, you can't just sell chicken strips. That'll never work. You got to have at the time, especially, menus were pages and pages long, and it was going the other direction.
Right.
But it was more like the In-N-Out burger thing, would just do 4 things and do it right or whatever. And ultimately, he had to go do like an Alaskan fishing expedition where you risk your life for 2 weeks to make some money. And then he used that to start his first Raising Cane's. And then eventually,
It blew up.
Everything takes a while, but he hung in there.
And we always touch on a national concept on
the
this
show. Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
And today it's Raising Cane's that Steve personally knows what the gentleman went through. Steven told me that he went through so much to get a loan because it was just chicken and, bread and
But he was determined,
fries,
and it didn't just explode the first year. It was years and years of waking up at 4 a.m., cooking chicken, paying the price. And it just shows perseverance and determination and sticking with your initial gut, and vision.
firsthand, friends. So we all know Raising Cane's. We all see how packed the drive-thrus are and how we love their crinkle fries and their delicious
Texas
food.
toast.
But look at the layer. See, that's what Talking True podcast highlights. Things you wouldn't know about something you know about.
Yeah.
You get to find all these wonderful things out about Steven and his passion and what he does. So when you drive by Pioneer Saloon, you know how much love goes into it.
Yeah.
Then he touches on someone who he knows on his level, the gentleman Raising Cane's, what he went through to get his establishment and get that going, and the odds were against him. What does all this tell you, Donnie?
Well, you know what? With everybody that we have talked to, it's kind of a similar story. Everybody has gone through something to get where they're at. Everybody has a story. Everybody's had to
get somewhere, right?
They actually get somewhere.
Right.
And they've all had to grind and fail several times to finally get to the top of the mountain to do what they're doing. And it's such a great thing, a motivational thing to hear.
Steven, would you say you still have to reach your goal, or do you feel like you're in a great place where you're living?
No, I never feel like I'm
satisfied.
done. Yeah, that's the problem.
Right.
It's
Never
That is a
satisfied.
great problem.
yeah. You just keep going, and then the Old Man Liver brand. It's nothing. No products that we have come out with have not, made a profit. And so we're like, let's just keep going. And if we keep that, having fun with the brand, but make sure that the actual products are quality, then I think it's a win-in combination. And we don't take ourselves seriously. It's like, who cares? Just go have fun.
So much.
And you can't, and you got to fail. Like you said, you got to fail. And to me, it's part of the process. Like you got to suffer, my being a starving musician or whatever, I felt like you're supposed to go pay your dues. And that's part of the process. And so it didn't bother me. And some of the funnier times when I've had a lot less money than I have now, like it just proves money doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Because, some of the best stories are when you're broke.
Yeah,
They're not when you have money.
is true.
Yeah, like seriously. Like,
Yes.
That is great.
That is.
when you're all rich and comfortable, that's not funny or anything. Like,
no.
It's when you're busting your ass and living like 10
great.
people
He's
in a
not lying.
2-bedroom.
He is not
Yeah,
lying. We all know this.
We got some
There was
stories.
in LA, our first apartment, we literally had 10 people in a 2-bedroom, and I think there was actually 15 because I think there were 5
many
people we didn't
toilets?
even know, and we had no beds because we couldn't afford beds, so we would go to floor at night, not go to bed, and we'd just be like, okay, time to go night, and just flop down wherever we were, and then we had the stray cat that even showed up and realized it was better in the streets. So he left us after like 2 weeks. And it's like, fuck you guys.
left him.
Yeah, your cat couldn't even hang
The
with us.
stray cat left
The stray
you guys.
cat left
Just
us.
couldn't deal with you guys.
Yeah, right.
This
I
is
wouldn't
a bit
either.
much, guys. I think I'm gonna take off.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, and we bring chicks home and be like, just so you know, the apartment's really small and it's a mess and there's like 14 other people. And then when they really walk in, they're like, oh my God, you weren't kidding. This is horrible.
Meanwhile, one of the 15
least
is in
you
there.
let
Keep
them
it
know.
down.
At least you let them know, Steven.
I did. Thank you. I felt like, I think they thought I was kidding, but I tried to express what a shithole it was.
Hey, keep it down over there. in the corner.
Oh, yeah. We'd have to, hey, can you please turn around for a minute so we can kank? Sorry.
That is great. So let me ask you a question. Before we get into the culinary gauntlet and the cool little thing that you
which was awesome.
had me a part of, and I'm so thankful for.
Me too.
What does, since you provide such, let me ask this about you know what I'm.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
You provide such an experience for people on so many fronts, especially now the 7,000 plus people you get into the desert and provide them with entertainment for an entire weekend.
Right.
You're a very entertaining man. You provide a great experience for a big part of the population. But what people want to know is, man, who takes care of you? Where do you go when you're off? Who do you like to go see? What restaurants do you like? What places make Steven happy to go, wow, I'm glad I'm off today so I can enjoy this?
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Well, I love Benihana's style restaurants.
Okay.
That's one of my things.
Hibachi
So
type thing.
hibachi restaurants. So like on, birthdays and everything, that's usually my go-to.
Like vanilla rice.
Yeah, no, it's fun. And then for other entertainment, I love that Vegas has the Sphere because people talk about the light show in and outside of that thing, but they don't talk about the acoustics. And if you see a band play there, it is freaking phenomenal, and it's the best experience you can have. And it's I always said the Hollywood Bowl was my favorite place acoustically to see a performance, but the Sphere in Vegas actually beats that, in my opinion, and nobody ever talks about that. Right. So that's for entertainment, and then Fremont Street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fremont don't get enough love.
Yeah, I'm not. That's my go-to. When for some reason we need an inspirational outlet, and I don't know if it's just the strength of the drinks on the side of the road and the price that you pay for those, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Compared to the rest of Vegas. But I always get inspiration, and even just for whatever reason, then even just seeing the other restaurants there, I'll be like, oh, that's cool. What if we did this? It's just, for some reason, it's an inspirational spot for me. So that's my staycation spot, is anywhere on Fremont Street.
I'll meet you there, brother. I love the old restaurants. I'm still at Diego Cellar and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oscars.
Yes, Oscars. And even, what was the Oscars? Booze, Broads, and...
when it first came out?
Yeah, it had the alliteration, and it even made me think. I was like, well, what do I represent? And it's like, oh, whiskey, women, and weed. There's that's apparently alliteration is a great marketing tool. That's
old man.
But so I'm always inspired by Fremont Street. So that's my go-to staycation. But and like you said, everything's close to each other. You're not walking a mile between each different hotel, casino, and now I miss the strip clubs that they used to have there.
Yeah.
But not sure who accidentally cleaned that
Sassy
up.
Sally's.
The glitter gulch.
Glitter Gulch. Yeah, Glitter Gulch.
The
Yes.
Glitter Gulch.
That was
I actually worked that place once or twice. Yes.
Oh, you were dancing?
Worked the door. Hey, yes.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think you can
got the
discriminate.
legs
He
for it.
look like he works a door.
Yeah. I got the legs for it, people.
Marvin, does Donnie look like he works a door?
Just saying.
Hey, I charge by the pound, people.
Yeah, so we'll do
Getting out of control around here.
we'll do a Fremont Street run. That'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
That'd be
That's the
awesome.
soul of Vegas. To me,
I love it.
Me too.
Fremont is
Me
the
too.
soul of Vegas.
We feel it was kept right for us.
right.
Yes, that's a well said. Once again, you should be their publicist.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Different levels here, you know.
I know.
gotta
That's
get
what I'm
there.
saying. It's impressive.
Okay. That's spectacular because it's good to know what he likes, man, because he's making so many people entertained, satisfied, happy, into what they're doing. This Fallout thing that we're going to talk about now was insane.
Yeah.
He came up with the idea to have what's known as the culinary gauntlet, where we do you want me to explain?
I was going to say, explain. What do you
Let's both
explain?
explain.
What do you got to explain?
His geniusness is what really brought this out the first
He
year.
had such a vision, and I'm going to just dabble in on it, but please, jump in on this. In the middle of the desert with limited to no resources, apocalyptic style cooking battle with cans, fire, wood, sand, not much or else of anything. A few ready cooked items, dented cans everywhere.
Cans with no labels that
Cans
you
with
may
no
not even have a
labels.
can opener to get in it anyway.
What made you come up with this?
So, Donna, you played the game
Yes,
Fallout,
yeah.
so you know it's a post-apocalyptic shoot 'em up
Yeah.
type in the
First-person
wasteland of the
shooter,
Mojave. Yeah. So the vibe of the fans, they love the wasteland, right? And it's about survival in the wasteland. So our thing was, if we're going to have people, of course, even in the Fallout fan group, pride themselves on their dishes.
Yeah.
And we're like, what if we offered them not only a cash prize, but a chance to win an item on the menu of the Pioneer Saloon for a year?
So dope.
Yeah.
And
how cool is
that to them, Pioneer Saloon's their mecca, right? It's called
Right.
Prospector Saloon in the game, but it's clearly a
Yeah.
Pioneer. And so that alone, I figured, would attract an interest. Now, it usually takes the first year for us taking pictures and video for people to see what we're doing, and then the second year it explodes. But we had a really strong group of candidates this year.
Yeah.
And then what Chef Vic brought to the table was phenomenal. And I'm like, man, we're starting out. We got celebrity judges our first year. This is kick ass. And he's a great personality and a great person. I've really enjoyed getting to know you and hang out. And so we just took it by the horns. And I was impressed because we're like, well, we're going to make everyone show up at 8 a.m. And this is after 2 days. It's a 3-day event. And they've already been partying for 2 days.
Wow.
And we had a lot of spectators show up even at the crack of dawn. And that whole day went till late in the evening. So I thought, might be like 2 or 3 people come to watch, but we had 100, 150 people that just came to watch that
in the middle of the desert.
challenge. Yeah, I mean, we're talking. Good Springs is already considered the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
This is 20 minutes past the middle of nowhere.
Sandy Valley,
So right. So Sandy Valley Ranch we've got 20 acres out there to work with. So some of the events have gotten so big that the Pioneer Saloon can't handle them anymore. And so this was one of those that we needed the space and the fire. And I can't risk burning down a 112-year-old historical landmark. But out in Sandy Valley, there's really just sand.
Yeah.
So, and then the Fallout fans love it. It's a wasteland. We literally had barrels and firewood, which, by the way, it rained all weekend.
Right, I know.
So it was like
Mud.
wet.
Tons of
Yeah,
mud.
tons of mud.
Tons of mud. Yeah.
Basically lakes out there, just muddy lakes that were created
the
from the
smear stuff.
Oh,
with
yeah.
trucks and
And oh yeah, it was great because they were like when they were starting to cook, the wind would come in and it would take their stuff away and it'd be in the mud. And all of a sudden they got to start over or do and then like he said, some of them had knives to get in the cans, some had can openers, some didn't know what was even in the can. They had these surprise ingredients, and the coolest thing that Chef Vic brought up was, why don't we incorporate the Old Man Liver American whiskey and the Old Man Liver Busty Bond Golden Ale, where they have to use one or the other in their dish. And ultimately, the winner used both and in multiple ways, which went a far distance for us because, and his point was, in the wasteland, you don't waste anything. So I used it all. It was magical.
it was perfect,
Yeah,
bro.
it was perfect.
High five,
Yeah.
brother.
Fallout to New Vegas is where a lot of this
Culinary
taking place.
Gauntlet, Old Man Liver. We had Candace from Real Vegas Magazine
Candace,
as one of the
amazing.
judges.
Yes.
She was awesome.
And you were amazing.
Thank you.
And you brought so much credibility to this that I think it got people really excited.
Yeah.
And they really worked hard. And the cool thing is all the contestants, even the ones that didn't win, enjoyed. They were like, "Thank you for having me. I'm coming back next year. I'm going to win this."
The opportunity.
Everyone had a great
They're
attitude.
messaging me still.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We're staying in contact because I respect them so much.
They're great.
For being out in the desert. It's hard to cook as it is.
Right.
They're cooking with nothing in the middle of the desert. With
in front of people. And in front of a
Man.
celebrity chef. I mean, that's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
But
They were great.
These Fallout fans are the nicest, most mannerly, polite, helpful. Like they show up 2 days early to help volunteer. They stay 2 days late to help clean up. It is a phenomenal community.
The Fallout community itself is phenomenal. From Fallout 1 to New Vegas to 76.
He knows his stuff.
And the show. The Fallout community is vast and fun, and they when they hold on to it and they love it, they love it. It never goes away. That's why New Vegas is still arguably one of the favorite of the three.
Yeah, and it was nice. We had Wayne Newton, who is a voice in the video game.
Cool.
And then
Legendary.
Aaron and Walton from the actual Amazon show
Walton
did a surprise
Goggins.
visit. Yeah, they had to.
man.
That was hard to keep a secret because I had to, Amazon wanted it to be a secret, and I wanted it to be a secret. I wanted to even surprise my own team, even the group of volunteer fans that have been working on it for a year. I'm like, I can still surprise these guys. And so it was, and then of course I don't believe it until it actually happens. I don't think that, So, but when Walton pulled up at the front of the saloon and he was fired up and he was great and humble and he had as much fun as the fans had getting to see him.
If you don't know who he is, Justified, Hateful Eight, Vice Principals, Fallout.
May I add,
White
Goggins
Lotus.
on your noggins?
Yeah.
That guy rocks.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
phenomenal actor. And,
Yes.
Walton
and,
Goggins.
and he wanted to
Kick-ass,
go.
bro.
Not only did he serve people drinks, which we thought was so cool that they wanted to do that.
So cool.
He wanted to go out on stage, and the people that couldn't get into the bar, he wanted to make sure he could talk to them. And he announced season 3, which I think was a big get.
Crazy.
So it rained the whole weekend, but thank goodness this audience loves the apocalyptic type vibe. So the weather didn't hold anybody back. Yeah.
I felt like it was like an extra edit.
It was. It ended up being really, cool,
Its own
especially for
character.
the gauntlet, because it was perfect showing up and seeing just the puddles of basically lakes at that point, and then the woods completely soaked that they have to create a fire out of, and they had a limited time to create the fire and cook the food. But everyone came up with completely different stuff, and so it was almost as good or better than I could have pictured in my head.
Wow.
Which nothing ever works out like that. Like,
I would love, Steven, if it's okay to have you back in the future with the winner of the gauntlet with the winning dish here at the Talking Chew podcast.
I'd be honored.
Absolutely.
I
absolutely.
don't want you to leave. We have to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
I want you to stay.
I know. I'd love to stay there all. If you had some whiskey, I probably would.
Next time.
Tequila.
We got tequila.
That's and I'll promote the tequila. I don't have a brand of tequila, so I'll
Okay,
promote the crap out of that.
Loca Loca, Old Man Liver.
Yeah.
Liver
It's a good-
Loca.
It's a good partnership.
Hey, live a loca.
See?
Yes.
Got his marketing hat on. I tell you.
Okay. Before we go, is there anybody out there you want to thank, man?
Please.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to thank you guys for having me on, because it's been a real treat in the studio, and I love what y'all have done. This has been fantastic.
Thank you.
I used to actually do the Old Man Liver podcast here, and probably will again.
I hope so.
No, this is magical. And then thank the Mama Tess, my partner in crime, and all this. We're gonna have some Mama Tess local breakfast and sandwich and ice cream places coming up. That's another
nice.
vision that I'm picturing for. So in addition to Old Man Liver bars, we're gonna have a food-oriented Mama Tess restaurant.
Oh,
So
that's amazing.
That's coming up. So we'll have
Look
some
out for it.
more
people.
things to talk about in the future.
Look out for it.
Yeah. Gotta have
Okay,
fun.
man. Well, I want to say, first of all, thank you for having me at the gauntlet with you and making
that
me
was
a
a
part of
blast.
what
Thank
you're
you.
doing, man.
No, thank you. That was
So
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. It was a score for me.
I'm all in,
like,
bro. I'm here every year you need me for that.
No,
I'll commit
thank you.
on here right
I'd
now to
seen you
you.
on Bar Rescue and all these things.
right.
Like, this is badass. And then to be such a cool dude and open to doing all the promos were fun, man.
I would
So
do
we're
the promos
we're
with
gonna
you.
keep having fun.
I had a great time with you. That's
Me
how
too.
I knew you loved what you did, because I felt it when I was hanging out with you and doing the promos with you. I felt like I went back in time and I was hanging out with one of my friends as a kid.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's been great. So
Much
thank you.
love, brother.
Love that to you.
Donnie,
Appreciate you.
anything else you want to say to our
I
good
gotta say
friend?
thank you.
Donnie,
It's
thank
been
you.
such an honor to meeting you, man.
My honor.
I'm looking forward, because I saw what I saw on IG, and I'm like, damn, I have to be there next time. I have to.
Thank you. I'm
So-
looking forward to you being there.
He'll be
Yes.
there. He might be the one that makes sure everyone is doing their job at the gauntlet.
Yes,
Ooh,
yes.
I like that.
The enforcer.
Yeah, the enforcer. And take your old skills from working the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I like it.
Escort people out.
What a day, friends.
Freaking awesome.
It's been
I was
fun.
excited he was coming because I got to know him and I always have a good time with him. But our good friend here, Steven, whatever you want to call him,
I don't give a shit.
AKA Old Man Liver, he's our brother and
Absolutely.
amazing things to come with him. Steph, much love. Love to Steph. and everybody at Pioneer
Yep.
and all the good people in there that make it work that I see in there every time that supports my good friend here and all the customers.
Greatest staff ever.
And everybody that comes in there to support them. You know, you're making somewhere somewhat far away a destination.
Yes.
But a place that people are really going to. So thank you, good friends.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you, man.
Everyone. Thank you to our sponsors. Much love. Have a great holiday season. We'll see you soon from the Talk and Chew podcast.
See you soon.